Evening, everybody. Tonight I'm gonna start the N as in Nancy 6708. And this is what it looks like. And I'm making, I don't know yet if I'm gonna do the long sleeve or the half sleeve. Probably the long, but we'll see. Anyways, this one has a button in the back. That's all that holds it, with a little V, and then, just button it. There's no interfacing. This one seems really easy. It has gathered sleeves, and I'm using cotton, which is this one, which I was gonna make the bathrobe out of, and I didn't have enough. So I got this all cut out, and I'm gonna start it, see how far I get tonight. And seems like a really nice looking shirt. I'm doing a size 10. My 12s are a little big right in here, so my bra strap keeps like showing. So I'm gonna do a 10, and hopefully that'll be okay. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so you will need a marking pen, and you're going to need B2. I'm doing B, I think. Let me see. Be sure. B, long sleeve. No, A. Okay. Okay, so we need a number 2. And you're gonna mark the dot on both sides of this. Okay. So right here's the dot. And yes, I did get my room cleaned up. Okay, mark that. Let's see if it went through. Yeah. Flip your pattern over. And mark it. With right sides together. And I probably should have marked it on this side. With right sides together from the big dot to the bottom of the shirt, you're gonna sew 5/8 seam. I'm just trying to get this a little bit more even. My cat's in here again snoring. Okay, so let me mark it on this side. Do. Okay, so pin it and back stitch at your dot a couple times and then sew all the way down, and I'll be back. Okay, you're gonna sew this at 5/8. I know I'm gonna run out of bobbin soon. Okay, and at your dot, back stitch, and then just come up again. Okay, we're gonna go to the iron. Okay, this is the back. And I think that it's gonna be all right. Okay, and just like we did another shirt with the V, we're gonna do this, but it's the back. Okay, so open up your seam. And keep this going at 5/8 and press it. Okay, from the dot, you're just going to turn this under. On both sides. And then we're going to sew down these folded edges right here. You're going to come across, do a few stitches, and then back up. Okay, I've done one side. Come over to the next folded stitch and sew up. Okay, so you're going to have something like this. Okay, now get number 5. Now this is your loop for your button. And it's really small, so you're gonna do a little less. You can iron this down. This is the little piece. So you're gonna iron it down and just catch it. Then you're gonna turn it to the right side. Okay, so here's the little piece. It's telling you to take a strong thread and you're gonna tack it to it and then pull the needle through. I'm gonna see. Okay, I just cut another piece and just made it like bias tape. It just kept fraying every time I tried to pull it through. so we'll do it this way. Okay, now get your pattern. Alrighty, this is the back. And you're gonna make, there's a dot right here, and that's where this is gonna go. So, my left side, on your left side. Okay. Pin loop to left back, opening edge. Placing loop below small dot. Okay. So, right below it. So there's my dot. Okay, where did I put my little piece? It says on the left side, and here's my dot. And we're gonna sew it right below it. It says raw edges. So just sew with this right below the dot. Coming outwards. So like this. And then you'll have a button here. Okay, now you're gonna get your back and your front and stitch that at the seam. Your side seams. I went over mine a couple times because it was just like really loose. So I just kind of went down, back stitched, came back stitch, came back. Okay, so let's get our front and back pieces. Okay, here's my front. And I'm going to put my safety pin in, even though I know what's the front, but it's just habit. So that's number 1 and 2. Okay, so you're going to sew it right sides together. And get my little safety pin. And you're going to match. I don't think these have notches. I think they're just straight down. There might have been a notch. Oh, right there. Okay, there is a notch. Okay, match up your notches on the side and sew a 5/8 seam down both sides. So there's my notch. So just get these nice and even and sew down this side and down this side. Okay, I got that done. Of course, I ran out of bobbin right in the middle. I knew it was gonna. Okay, get your number 3 and 4, and we have to gather. Again, we have to make some marks. So right here, make a mark. Sure that went through. Okay, and then down here. Okay, and then do it on the other side. It's like the seam, or this sleeve has like a seam, like down the middle or something. All right. Flip over your pattern. Okay, and then the 10 to this right here, 10. Okay. And I'm going to put safety pins in these because these are the front. Okay, here's one. And here's one. Get your number 4, which is the back sleeve back, as they call it. And make your marks for whichever size you're making. There to here. Make sure I get that through. Turn your pattern or your material in your pattern. Alright. Get everything matched up. Where's my notches? Okay, there's that knot or dot and this dot. Okay, so we're going to gather dot to dot on all 4 pieces. Okay, I'm going to try my gathering foot again. Last night it didn't work very well on my other shirt, but let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, let me find it. Okay, so we'll try it tonight. See if it works any better. Sometimes it works great. Other times it just doesn't work that well. I don't know if it's the material or what. Gotta get it through that little hole here. There we go. There. Okay. So grab your sleeves and gather. Like I said, if you don't have a gathering foot, you can either sew like 2 or 3 lines, seams down and pull that, or you can take the butcher string in zigzag and pull it that way. Okay, it's working tonight. So gather your 3 other pieces. Okay, everybody, I got mine gathered. I gotta go get my bird put to bed and my animals out. But I will continue the video tomorrow, but it will be on the same video. There won't be a part 2. I'll just keep going. So you all have a good night, and I will see you in the morning. Okay, good morning, everybody. Last night we ended off gathering the sleeves. So we'll go on to the next step. Okay, you need a front and a back. So this is a back because there's no safety pin. And get a front piece. Okay, notches. So you're gonna sew each side of your sleeve. So this part, and then your side, or your back, I guess. This is a different sleeve. I've always had a sleeve with on the fold, but this is not on the fold. Okay. So get these sewn up, both of them. And this is gonna have the elastic on the wrist. Okay, so let me get these sewn up and I'll be back. You're gonna sew these at a 5/8. Okay, my camera didn't work. But what you're gonna do is on your sleeve, turn down a 1/4 and press it. Then get your ruler, your little ruler, and you're gonna measure a 1/2 inch all the way around. Press it, clip it, okay? Then measure both sleeves to be sure that they're even. Okay, then come back to the sewing machine and sew, but leave a little spot here for your elastic. It's a 1/4 inch elastic. I'm making shirt A, so here's my guide. So you cut 2 of them and get your little safety pin and start pushing it through. And once it gets to just about the end, pin your elastic so it doesn't keep going through. A little bit more. Okay, so when it gets to be about 1 inch long, you can either take another safety pin or just a regular straight pin and kind of tack it like this so it won't go through. And then just keep going till we get to the end. Okay, once you have it through, I'm just gonna hold it today, but I'm just gonna put my arm through, and that's gonna be pretty good. Okay, so pull up some of the elastic. Remember, we're gonna overlay this like this. So overlay it. And measure how much you've taken up so your other sleeve will be the same size. Let's see, I got almost 3/4 inch. Okay, so then you're gonna sew it this way first and then come down on your ends and it'll look like an H. Okay, once you have that, just plop it in and stretch out your elastic. And then you're just gonna sew up this little spot. Okay, so do that with the next sleeve. Okay, now we're gonna sew the sleeves on. So this is the back. All right, let me sure we get, where's my safety pin? Right there, there's my front. Okay. So with right sides together, bring your sleeve through. Right sides together, Ab. I think I need more coffee. Okay. Come on. There we go. You're going to match your seams here first. And I might have to make my dots over again. On the shirt. Match your notches. Because where this gathering is, we're going to have to gather this between the notches on our shirt. So I'm going to have to go put some more dots on. I love those pins, but man, by the time you iron, they're gone. All right. I have a feeling this is that, but I don't want to assume. Okay. So just get your basting. I'm going to pin this right here. And then I'm going to get my pattern. And that is the right side or the front. And I'm going to just make my mark. Okay, I just had to put my dots back on. Because this is where the gathering is going to go. So I'm pretty close. Let's see. Here's my dot, and there's my dot. Okay. There's my dot up there. And my dot is right there. So all this on this side has to be gathered. So I got to tighten it just a little, not a lot. Let me find my string. Oh, that's to the other one. Okay, get it gathered and get it all even and flat. And pin it. And then you're going to have to go to your next side, and if you're using the heat pins like I am, you're just going to have to mark your circles again. So that's what it'll look like. And just be sure everything is straight. That's straight. So then once we get the sleeves on, we're going to have to put casing around here. All right, let me get this one done. Go mark, and I'll be right back. It's close to where you have gathered, but I just wanted to be sure where you started to gather, but it's easier just to double check. All right. Yeah, so that has to go up there. Okay, let me get this. Yep. And I'll be right back. Okay, so on both sides, I'm just measuring, and where my gathering starts and ends is even. So I just wanted to check that. And I think we sew this at 5/8. Hold on. It's 5/8. It wants you to baste. I got so many pins in here. I think I'm going to be all right without basting. Just take it slow if you don't want to baste it. And be sure you just catch, you know, that everything right here is just even. Okay, so let me get that done, and then I'll work on the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you have your sleeves done, this is going to be really pretty. It's going to be really pretty. Once you have them done, you're going to do bias tape. Now, I usually make my bias tape, but I was up at Hobby Lobby today and I grabbed some. So it's a single fold bias tape. And we're going to pin this to the neckline. But first we have to stay stitch on our neckline. So let me get that done. So just close to it, your neckline, stay stitch, which is just a bigger stitch. And then we're going to pin the bias tape. Okay. So we're ready for the bias tape. Let me get this down a little. Okay. You're going to want to turn a little of your bias tape. So just open it up just turn down a little. Okay, starting at your little seam right here, or your edge, pin it. And you're gonna go all the way around, and when you get to this end, fold it again. So let's just pin this up. Okay, I got mine all done. They want you to baste it. You can if you want. I'm gonna, just to be sure it doesn't move around. And then you're gonna sew on that first crease right there. Okay, I'm gonna baste mine quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm all basted up. So just sew down that first crease here. And then we're gonna turn it over and sew it. Okay, I got mine done. I'm gonna take out my basting thread. If I can remember where I started. I think it's over here. Where's my little knot? I'll have to find my knot. Okay, so now we're gonna pin it to the inside and then sew it. There we go. There. Okay, I'm gonna press mine just a little. Threads, threads, threads. Okay. So you're just gonna turn it and pin this down. And I'm gonna baste mine also on this side. And once you get that done, we have the hem and just to sew the button on. But just take your time with this. Be sure you get your shoulders and stuff rounded so you don't get like a kink in it. And then when you sew, you should be even with the seam that you just sewed this on. So let me see, let me put a pin in there. Okay, yeah. So just follow that seam that you just sewed, and then you'll have it like that. Okay, let me get this done and I'll be right back. Okay, so how I'm doing my bias tape is because I'm gonna sew in the ditch, what they call sewing in the ditch. We did it on the bathrobe last night. And what you do is you just bend your bias tape over and get a pin. And put the pin in where you want the stitch on the inside. And be sure it's coming out right in the ditch of your shirt, so it catches that. And that's it. So that's how I'm going to do my bias tape, is in the ditch. It's a neater stitch look. But if you have your own way of doing it, that's fine. I just gotta get this turned a little. There we go. Okay, so God, I can't grab anything tonight. So just find where your stitch is, where you want it. Okay, and that's going right in the ditch. Okay, so let me get this sewn up, and then we just have the hem and sewing a button. They also suggest that you baste this one also. It's up to you if you want to. Okay, I'm all pinned up. I'm gonna baste. And when you have ends like this with your bias tape, just sew a couple inches here and get off your sewing machine, and then come back and start going this way. Because if you try to do a real thick piece, your sewing machine's just, your needle's just gonna go boom, 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 and it's not gonna be able to go over it. So if you just start sewing just a couple inches, come down, and then start again, you'll have better luck. Okay, once you're done with that, we're gonna do the hem. I gotta take my basting thread out again. I'll find it. But this is mine. Oh, there's my basting thread. Okay, there we go. And here's my back. So it's just in the ditch, and you really don't see it. I mean, I went out a little, like right in here, but it's fine. I mean, okay, let's get to the hem. Okay, I'm gonna do like a 1/4 inch, pressing it under all the way around. And then I'm gonna come back and fold it one more time and clip it. Okay, then come back to your sewing machine. And this is my hem. And sew close to this corner as you can. You go back over to your sewing machine and press your hem down. And then I gotta find a button that we can sew on this shirt. But just press your hems down. Okay, it calls for a 3/8 button, but I'm sure everybody has one of these. So I'm gonna go through it and see what I can find. I'll sew it on, and then I'll show you the finished project. Okay, everybody, here's this one. And it is long sleeve. And I just pulled it up. But you can see, it's kind of hard, but you can see the little ruffles or gathering right here and in the back. And then I have my button in. Okay. So this one was N6708. I did number A, which is the long sleeve. I did a size 10, and it fits just right. I mean, you know, there's no sagging, nothing. So, okay, so here's this one done. Tomorrow, all the stuff is in the drawer. Oh, no, it's not. Hold on. I'm going to make some more pajama pants out of this tie-dye looking material. I'm going to be using the same pattern that came with the bathrobe, which is 6233. The last ones I made were loungers. They were shorter. So I'm going to make some pajama pants out of this and this. And then I just got some material today that's in the dryer for that other shirt. I don't know where. Oh, wait a minute. For this pattern. So we'll see what I come up with next. Okay? But thank you for spending your time with me. I hope this helps somebody. Please share, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. If I can help anybody with any of the patterns, you know, please leave a comment or whatever. I did figure out the bathrobe last night afterwards, and I put it in the video. When you were hemming your sleeves, you were also supposed to be hemming your bottom. It said bottom edge. So that's where I kind of got mixed up. But I've never done it like that, because when I make a bathrobe, because I'm so short, I can't do a regular hem. I have to wait and measure for myself. But anyways, I'm going to clean up here, get the puppy out, and load this up for you all. And I will see you tomorrow for pajama pants. Thanks for watching.